Welcome back to Patch and Play. Today no cars or electronics, but a good old-fashioned bike. Due to nature's elements, it has cracked mudguards and cable housings, and it doesn't shift anymore. Maintenance is long overdue on this one, so let's start patching this up. In this episode we'll tackle the mudguards and clean the rear derailleur. Going to remove both wheels, take off this plastic guard and remove the chain. It's quite a rusty chain. If you watch closely, this is where you can remove the chain, is on more modern bicycles. If you have an older one, you need a little tool to punch out these little struts. I'm gonna soak this little thing in WD-40 before attempting to remove the chain, while I remove the wheels. In order to get the wheel out, you have to open the brake, and it doesn't really work with WD-40 on your hand. Alternatively, we can just loosen the cable, and the brake opens up. So I'm going to try and clean the chain. I know a new chain, it isn't expensive. You can get one for, I don't know, 5 or 10 euros. But just for the fun of it, I'm going to try and clean it up a bit. So I'm going to spray it a bit with brake cleaner and then add some turpentine. It's a solvent, so it should work. It's probably not the best solvent for this job, but it's what I got left here. So. Nice. Nice. Now let's just let it rest. As you can see, you can remove this little bearing from the sprocket. You can push it out and clean everything. And I reckon, I'm not a bike professional of course, but these still look good. And just some brake cleaner mixed with WD-40 will give it a new life. Now I know this all looks pretty bad, also the little pulleys from the rear derailleur. But we're not trying to make this bike perfect, by the way. We're just trying to make it work a little bit better for, I don't know, bi-weekly use by my mom. She will just use it for a couple of kilometers, so it doesn't have to be all new and shiny. We'll just try and clean up everything a bit, make it move a little bit easier. Now with this cleanup, we can reassemble the Derailleur in English? I'm not sure. So this is they look the same, these two pulleys, but there is a center-on G pulley that is apparently closest to the cassette. Now, I reckon we need to change this if we want to be golden, but it is better than before, so it's progress. Oops, change of scenery. We had to run inside into the garage because of summery showers, but luckily we have a garage and we can continue right here. With everything off, I think we can start on this this mudguard. I think the easiest way, because you have, according to the instructions, you have to cut this to size. So I think I'm just gonna remove these and put it next to the new one, and let's see where we stand. Oh, there's some thunderstorm outside. It seems it's moving already. Yep. Alright. Damn bolts always slow you down when they get stuck. Before you say I can reuse this, I think it's going to be too short because it's a different system. On the new ones it uses these kind of clips. They, like you see, they end up here, so they would be just too short. I was able to get this free. I soaked it in WD-40, and well, in the meantime I'm gonna try and replace the mudguards, and hopefully it'll loosen up in a bit. So I'm trying to make sense of it all, but it seems like this is just look at what you have. Oh wait, we need screws for this. Okay, I get it. Those are these screws, and then these bolts, you just use them, I don't know where you need them, I guess. I don't know where this, I mean, what's this long screw bolt? What's this long bolt for? I mean, it's not, well, screw these instructions, right? I'll remove that ghetto fix, and it should be, yes, it's free, it's free. There we are. And this is one mudguard down. Okay, so I found this, but it's already prepared here, so it's gonna be quite easy. Just take the little metal plate and the nut, and yeah, I hope this is the correct size, but it seems like it is. Okay, so I figured the smallest ones, they go in this thing, and we have in the front 2 of them, so we need 4 of them at least to do that. And then I think we can use one of these in combination with this to secure, yeah, it's quite hard to see, but to secure it this way on the frame. So this was quite easy, just put the plastic clip on the guard and well, now we have to fasten it. So I'm gonna go ahead and install this. I have the feeling that is the right size and we don't need to cut it, but yeah, let's get it screwed on here and see. I think after putting this, we're done with the rear mudguard. Well, everything looks good actually so far. So in the meantime, I noticed something wasn't right here. I remember that this should be here, so I did flip this around, so I'm going to make this right before continuing with reassembling the whole thing here. Well, this looks better. Okay, so let's continue with this. I still need to add the screws to fix this in place. As you can see, you can still move it. I think I'm gonna just take the rear wheel real quick and put it in and see if everything is straight. I think this is the best way to check if everything is all right and to adjust. Well, I don't really know how to adjust, but we'll figure it out, I guess. So guys, as you can see, it doesn't fit. So it is stuck over here. It is stuck on the screw. The funny thing is that the screw is actually original. So I don't really know what went wrong here. I'm thinking this should move behind the metal bracket, but then still the little screw is still hitting the tire. So did figure it out, just spent I think 15 minutes trying to find why it is rubbing against the tire, and it seems is this this plastic clip that allows the mudguard to, if it moves like this, see, it doesn't move, and if you pull it a bit back, then it's no problem. So we'll probably, because the other one, the old one, had a hole drilled in it, and this of course is able to move freely. I think in the end we will have to either drill a small hole or just apply a little bit of glue to keep the mudguard in place. I'm quite happy that it fits in the end, because the actual tire size is not mentioned here. I just knew that I needed 45 millimeter and not a 53. I measured the old one, and yeah, a larger one wouldn't fit in the frame. So I was a bit scared that, I don't know, ordered the wrong part or they sent me the wrong part, but in the end, I think when everything is finished, it's gonna look very nice. Just probably gonna cut off a little bit of the metal here to make it fit a bit closer to the frame, to the tire. Let's move on with installing the front mudguard. It's not broken, but you can see these things. They, I don't know what happened here. Maybe it's really not that good. But the new ones, they even got like a thinner piece of plastic. So I don't know. I think what we should do now is hold this in the right position and cut off a little piece of this metal bar. So I would say this chain cleaned up quite nice. It's not a new one, but I think it's good for another 1,000 kilometers or so. Okay, so before closing up this chain, I'd like to double check and just make sure I didn't do anything stupid, because I know a little bit about myself. I think everything is where it should be. Alright, so this is working. The stupid plastic thing is really irritating me, so I found another tool. This one, but it's also not the right fit. I'm gonna look up online what type I need, because plastic thing has to go. I can also just probably cut it, but it's not the most important thing. Okay. Hello guys, so it's the next day and the sun is shining again. I fiddled around with this mudguard in the front and I'm happy with how it looks now. I used this, I don't know, plastic hammer to tap in the metal bars a bit in the plastic holder, and that seems to help a bit. I don't like how it's a bit bent here, but as you can see, it's not a perfect circle. I don't know what they were thinking in the factory, because this is really meant for 28-inch wheels. So, but hey, we all know how mudguards are, and they won't be straight for a long time, I guess. But now I can put in the little Allen screws. So with the front installed, we can continue on the back. And the good news is I found my proper cutting tool. Little disc for Dremel, meant to cut metal. So we're gonna use that and cut a little bit of these metal bars, and then hopefully install this once and for all. So yesterday I used the left disc and it is a lot smaller, so it's degrading much more rapidly. I think this is meant for shaving off material, maybe metal, but this is actually the right tool for cutting metal. Okay, so I marked the short side. This goes in the back, and this side needs to be cut less. Oh, I always wear safety goggles with these Dremels. Okay, so the mudguards, they are done. I'm quite happy with how it looks. seems here is a little bit of an extra clearance, but I try to follow the natural curve of the, I think otherwise we would get bends over here, so we'll see how my mom likes it. If she wants, I can still adjust it. It's not that hard, especially with the right tool. Next on the list is replace all the cables, because as you can see, these are completely gone, especially here. The shifter cable, look, doesn't do anything. So we definitely need to replace that, and you can see all the other ones, they are all, I think, cracked due to sunlight. So we'll tackle that next.
Almost 1 year later and the mudguards still look great, although I have to admit some adjustment is needed. In the next and last episode, we'll replace all cables and cable tubing and readjust the gears. Stay tuned and thanks for watching.